Changing gears now, and last summer Australia endured a catastrophic bushfire season, the effects of which are still being felt today.
Author Polly Marsden saw the impact the fires were having on her children and the kids around her at the time, and she decided to write a book to help them understand extreme weather conditions. The result is reassuringly and beautifully illustrated, the Bushfire book. And Polly Marsden joins us now. Good morning, Polly.
Hi guys, how you going?
We're very well, thank you. It is a very sensible thing to do, and I have to say, when I was flicking through the book, I thought, gosh, why has someone not written this before? Because it's so distressing for children to hear all of this news about bushfires, and sometimes we don't necessarily have the language to do it.
It is, and it is distressing. I think perhaps the reason it hasn't really been done before is, you know, maybe last year really upped the ante a little bit, and it was the first time that, you know, urban areas were so heavily impacted by the fires as well, with the smoke. So I think even though bushfires have been a part of Australian history and our story forever, the way sort of last summer sort of showed us that things might be changing a little bit, and it was time to have that discussion with our children about, you know, bushfire behaviour and ways that they can get prepared so that they're not too worried. What
was top of mind when you approached it?
Probably my own son. We actually, I don't know if you can see behind me, but we live in very dense bushland on top of a hill, which apparently is the worst place you can be in a fire. So as last year's sort of conditions deteriorated so much, my 9-year-old son was just starting to get more and more anxious. And particularly, you know, children are so concerned about wildlife. So that was a real priority, I think, when we came to writing the book, was just to let them know that it's okay to be worried, that we're all worried. But the more we learn, the more empowered we are to sort of ease our anxieties.
So you give lots of facts about bushfires. You also talk about those emotional aspects. If you were to go and give a talk to some kids about bushfires, what would be the number one thing that you would want them to know?
The number one thing I think is that, you know, before bushfire season is the time to sit down with your family and for kids to really take the lead in that. You know, when children have jobs to do, they tend to feel a lot stronger and a lot less worried. You know, so sit down with your family, talk about a bushfire plan, connect with your neighbours, connect with vulnerable people who might be in your community who won't, you know, have the resources at hand to get out if they need to. And yeah, just sort of, you know, do the research, get your facts together and share what you learn with your community.
Well, you're putting people on the right path with this book. Polly Marsden, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. See you.
All right.